Your guy is onto his fourth. Get every bit of that.
So I got 3 with Luke. I got 103.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, welcome back to GMA3. We are back with New Hampshire Governor Sununu, who you see there jumping. He runs out, jumps into action to help a man who was choking during an eating contest this past weekend. All right, Governor. It doesn't seem like people realized he was choking. How did you know he was choking?
Well, the contest had just started. We're probably only 30 seconds in. And so there's noise, there's music, there's commotion, there's excitement. I happened to be standing there, and he was making motions, but people were just not, it's not that they weren't paying attention, but nobody expects you to choke in the first 10 seconds in the moment.
Right.
And maybe it's dad instincts or something, I don't know, but I could tell really quickly. And, you know, he's kind of a big, tough guy. Kristen's this great guy. And you could tell he was trying to handle it himself, you know, and I realized this ain't going to go well. So I jumped in and just started doing the Heimlich compressions. Or my form is not that great right there. That's
the doctor's not going to judge you.
I give you more than the Heimlich maneuver than anything.
But how did you know what to do then?
I paid attention in 9th grade health class, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
Well, but I've had CPR training, but it's so easy, and I think that's what we're here to talk about. It's whether knowing CPR or the Heimlich maneuver, especially as a dad and a parent, you can be in any situation. It's easy to do and clearly important. You never want to have to do it, but you know, I'm just glad I was there to help.
Yeah, they make you watch those videos before you take your kids home from the hospital, and you have them.
For good reason.
Yeah, they're very helpful videos. Okay, so walk people through in case, you know, we like to know the steps. That makes us feel better.
Increasing education. First, I have to commend you. That was a fantastic job. That you give yourself a B, I give you an A. And by that, I mean saving a life. And so when you notice that, you notice and recognize the signs and the symptoms. As humans, we all have a similar response. We put our hands to our throat, or as in that video, you know, hand to the chest, trying to get himself to cough it up. You encourage them to keep coughing. You ask someone to call 911. You have that moment where everyone was watching. And then you want to have them lean forward, and you want to reach over, as you did, place one fist right below their rib cage and another hand right over that, and you want to thrust upward and inward, and you want to keep doing that until it's dislodged. Now, he gave you a thumbs up. When you notice that, that's when you can stop, but if you don't, you keep going, and of course encouraging them to cough and making sure.
Doctor, what happens if it doesn't come out?
Well, if it doesn't,
I mean, that's a valid question.
A great point. I will say that up to 85% of Heimlich maneuvers, when they're done correctly, like as you did, are successful. So number one, remembering that you have statistics on your side. And that's also the point of calling 911. When it doesn't come out, or if they do change their status, they may lose consciousness, that's when you have to go into regular CPR and other basic forms of life support. But regardless, you keep going, don't stop, and you did a great job.
And I was wondering, he's a big guy.
Yeah, so he's a big guy.
So don't be like I had to get my arms around.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm pretty robust myself. I'd also hit the gym that morning, so I was like, let's get this arm workout to use. And so I actually kind of lifted him up a little bit. So I thought I hurt him at first, but it took a bit to get it out. But you know, the most amazing part of the story, he kept eating. He kept going. He put another 6 or 7 lobster rolls down.
And that's, as a physician, I would step in.
No, he kind of had that 3-minute problem, but after all of that, he was determined. I mean, look, we have the best lobster rolls in America. Can you blame the guy for jumping right back in and saying, I'm going to
They
keep
must
on
be delicious. I would encourage you to stop eating after that.
Yes, please stop. You in the right place at the right time.
Everyone.
Governor, Doctor, thank you guys. We appreciate it. And folks, we would love to hear from you. So please hit us up on Instagram with all of your medical questions for Dr. Darien at ABC GMA3.